Raider Baseball is on the air. From the Blue Raider Network, it's time for the pregame show. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance and agents Andy Womack and Trevor Haggard, Ascension St. Thomas Rutherford Hospital, Brannis & Associates, Las Casas Pharmacy, and Middle Tennessee Electric. And now, let's go to the ballpark.
And good evening. Welcome into another broadcast of Middle Tennessee Blue Raider Baseball from Reese Smith Field. And boy, is it good to be home. Dick Palmer, John Keller with you from the ballpark here on campus as the Raiders will open a three-game series with Jacksonville State University tonight. Relative newcomer to Conference USA. Last year was their first year, and we played down there last year. But about 4 o'clock this afternoon, John, I wouldn't have given you much chance of having a game here tonight.
I was about to say that the same thing, Dick, that your homecoming would have been more like tomorrow, maybe even Sunday. A lot of rain in the forecast, but we're going to play some baseball. Well,
the field had been tarped, of course, and they took the tarp off about 6 o'clock. And here it is, just about game time. We're going to try to start at 7:05 tonight. The Raiders are on the field. Neither team took batting practice outside. Of course, they hit inside in the cages. And Jacksonville State coming in with a record of 26-19. They're 9-9 in the conference. The Raiders are 19-25. They are 4-14 in conference play. Jacksonville right in the middle of the pack in the conference standings, and the Raiders are down in 9th place and need to win some games to gain a little ground, John, because here it is. We've got only 9 games left in the season in the conference.
Well, it hurt having to go to New Mexico State last weekend and get swept. And I felt for you the whole way, I guarantee you. But the thing is, this team knows how to win. They've beat Dallas Baptist. They beat Western Kentucky.
La Tech.
They've beat Louisiana Tech. They could have swept Louisiana Tech. They could have swept Western Kentucky. So, will the real Raiders stand up tonight?
Yeah, and not to mention a non-conference win against Vanderbilt. Top 10 team in the country.
A huge win. That was the first time that the Raiders have won in Nashville in 20 years.
No doubt. Yep.
So this team can win.
And they need to win, and we'll see what happens tonight. We'll talk with head coach Jerry Myers about that coming up next as you're listening to Middle Tennessee Baseball from Van Wagner.
Not feeling well and need to see a doctor? Find the care you need now at Ascension St. Thomas. We're here with 24/7 ER care, same-day care, and walk-in urgent care for broken bones, sprains, allergies, sore throats, and more. Visit ascension.org/St. Thomas Care to get the right care at the right place at the right time. Serving Middle Tennessee State University, Murfreesboro, and surrounding communities.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Brad Hopkins with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates. Winning in real estate is a lot like football. Good coaching and recruiting a great team are the keys. I put together a team of lenders, inspectors, and home professionals to help you succeed. Let me coach you through this process and make sure you come out a winner. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, I am here to help you win. Visit BradHopkinsHomes.com or call 615-556-9239 to find out more.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has taken its flavor to the next level. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test, starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Well, Jerry, it's getting down to final couple of weeks of the season, and the Raiders are not in the most advantageous position in the standings right now. But all is not lost. There's no magic number yet.
Right. I mean, we can't look at it in terms of what's ahead of us at all. Got to focus on today. Obviously, that's what I'm going to say, but that's what we truly have to do and try to see if we can just start playing our best baseball and going into a series and see if we can get a win today and then go from there.
Yeah, 9 games remaining in the conference. After this series, it'll be 6, but kind of like a horse race. If you're running next to last, you can't pass everybody at one time. You just have to take them one at a time, and if you've got enough time left in the race, you can overtake them.
That's right. I mean, we're not trying to see who we can try to jump in the standings or anything like that. We've got enough to focus on and trying to, do what we need to do to give ourselves the best chance. Obviously, along the way, we got a little bit in a hole or dug ourselves in a hole or had some injuries and all the things that played into it where some other people got off to a really good start. So, so that's where we are right now. We've got to can't change anything. If it was in a reverse situation, we've got to just try to do everything we can to prepare and play our best.
All right, maybe a change of scenery will help this ball club. Now, we haven't played very well on the road, but we have played well at home.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that has to do with who you're playing, and sometimes it is, a lot to do with where you're playing and the time of the year and everything else. But, we like playing at home just like everybody else does. And, hopefully, like I said, it bodes well for us to get some momentum and, hopefully get through today's first game of the series with a win and have a chance to win a series. That's the key.
Yeah, I know you're proud of your guys who at the Raider Awards last night, Eston Snyder and Drew Horn and Clay Badalak. They all picked up some hardware last night.
Yeah, along with that, I mean, even more so should be pointed out to the guys that academically also got awards after the ceremony for 3.0 to 3.5 and the 4.0 categories. And, those guys, there were several of them. So, that was good. It's always hard to have that kind of ceremony when we still have our season going on, but it was great to see all the athletes together at one time before the year ends.
All right, Coach, appreciate the time, and best of luck.
All right, thank you.
That's head coach Jerry Myers with his comments, and he's not going to step out on a limb, John, and say we've got to win so many games and do this and do that.
No.
But he wants to win the game that's scheduled today.
That's right.
And worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow, really, that's all you can do.
That's it, and we certainly don't need to be looking past this weekend to next weekend. So we got to take care of business this time. We'll worry about Sam Houston next week.
Umpires have made their appearance. They're meeting at home plate with the 2 head coaches. That would be Jerry Myers, of course, and Steve Beazer, who is the head coach at Jacksonville State in his second year. And you have a little history with him, I
sure
understand.
do. Back in the day when I was the beat reporter for the Daily News Journal for the Nashville Sounds, he played in Nashville. And so I covered him in 98 and 99, and then he was traded to the Cardinal organization, so he played 2 or 3 more years as a Memphis Redbird.
Played in the Mets and in the Pirates organizations as a catcher. And he is former head coach at the University of Missouri. He was there 7 years. And his alma mater, Southeast Missouri, he was head coach there for 3, I believe. So he is he's no stranger to that job.
No, not at all.
And, of course, Jerry Myers was head coach at Old Dominion for 5 or 6 years and now in his 3rd year as head coach of the Blue Raiders. The meeting before the first game of a series always takes a little longer because Coach Myers is going over the ground rules of the stadium with the opposing coach and with the umpires too.
Sure.
The umpires will be Brandon Henson behind the plate. Terrence Jones will be at first base, and Jose Estera will be at third base. And those will be the men in black tonight. So we will have the starting lineups for both teams coming up next. Right now, let's take 2 minutes. 2 minutes on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Hey, Blue Raider fans, we know life comes at you fast, but with the right insurance, you'll always be covered. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, your local State Farm agent, Trevor Haggard, former MTSU baseball player, is here to help you protect what matters most. Give him a call at 615-203-5522 and find the right plan for you. Like a good neighbor, State Farm and Trevor Haggard are here to help. 615-203-5522.
This is Chip Walters, and I'm honored to be your 2024 MTAR Realtor of the Year. I'm with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates, and like many of you, I've seen the real estate market shift and change. People often ask, Chip, what's really going on? Well, that's a great question, and I believe in answering with solid, factual data. So let's cut through some of the noise. I invite you to reach out. Let's have a conversation about your real estate goals and the current market trends in your neighborhood. You can find all my contact information at choosechip.net. Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call, and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
Today's game is brought to you in part by proud partners of Blue Raider Athletics, Grannis & Associates, certified public accountants. They provide a full range of tax preparation, accounting, and bookkeeping services for both business and individual needs. That's Grannis & Associates. Give them a call at 615-895-1040 or visit Grannis & Associates online at gcpas.com.
Not feeling well.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
Meeting at home plate has broken up. Time now for our starting lineups, brought to you by the Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. Show your MTSU pride with every purchase. Visit one of their 28 Middle Tennessee branch locations. Ask for your MTSU debit card. What do you got, John?
Well, leading off for the visiting Jacksonville State Gamecocks, left fielder Drew Collins. Batting second, the shortstop, Caleb Johnson. Batting third, the second baseman, Cooper Blauser. And if that name sounds slightly familiar, you Braves fans might remember his dad, Jeff. The cleanup spot, first baseman, Brady Thomas. Batting fifth, the catcher, Grayson Ash. Batting sixth, the DH Carson Hornig, and third baseman Sam Siles bats seventh. Ace Williamson, the center fielder, bats eighth, and the right fielder Trey Majette bats ninth. On the mound will be a left-hander, Jackson Phipps. For the Blue Raiders, leading off will be the center fielder Eston Snyder. Batting second, the third baseman Clay Badalak. Tyler Minnick will be behind the plate, bats third. And Brett Von Dolan will be the DH in the cleanup spot. Keaton Ray, the left fielder, bats fifth. Batting sixth, shortstop Matt Wolf. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Brett Rogers. First baseman Hayden Miller bats eighth, and Cooper Clapp, the second baseman, will bat ninth. On the mound tonight will be the left-hander Chandler Alderman. And those are our lineups.
Right, John. In Conference USA tonight, New Mexico State is at Kennesaw, and that was a 5 o'clock start. Liberty is at Sam Houston.
That one has been postponed. They're going to play 2 tomorrow.
Okay. PPD on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Louisiana Tech is at Western Kentucky.
And they are starting, they were caught in that same rain that we were caught in. They're starting here at 7 o'clock. as well.
Florida International is at Dallas Baptist tonight. Dallas Baptist leading the league at 13-5. Kennesaw second, 12-6. Louisiana Tech third, 11-6. Western Kentucky fourth at 11-7, followed by New Mexico State 10-8. Florida International 9-8. Jacksonville 9-9. Liberty 7-11. The Raiders are 4-14. Sam Houston 3-15. And those are your Conference USA lineups for tonight and standings. And we'll keep you updated probably in the middle of the seventh inning or so on all of those conference games going on tonight. The Raiders are taking the field. They're in the home whites, blue caps, blue numerals, royal blue, and all white uniforms. And New Mexico State will be, or Jacksonville State will be in gray.
You're still stuck in Mountain Time, Dick.
And they do have numbers on their back, so, John.
I kept hearing you complain about those numbers last Friday.
I thought there were no numbers, but they were just very, very, very light. All right, we'll take our final 2-minute break. We'll be ready for baseball when we come back on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has taken its flavor to the next level. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test, starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
The Blue Raiders are winners in the classroom, on the field, and the courts. Richard Lewis here. I want you to win in real estate also. Buying, selling, auction here in Tennessee, or along the Gulf Coast, a second home, or investing. Give me a call to help start that winning process. 615-319-9981. Oh, I'm never too busy for your referrals. Richard Lewis, Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders.
At State Farm, when home and auto work as a team, you score and save money. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let's work together to win big by saving money on home and auto. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think our car insurance costs more. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let me show you with discounts up to 40%. You may find it even costs less.
From the Blue Raider Network in Van Wagner College, it's time for Middle Tennessee State University baseball. Today's game is brought to you in part by Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates, and agents Brad Hopkins, Richard Lewis, Tim Page, and Chip Walters. State Farm Insurance and agent Deb Insel. Pepsi and your local Pepsi bottler. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office. And by Middle Tennessee State University. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Blue Raider baseball.
We just had the ceremonial first pitch thrown out by Dr. Andrew Pierce, Chief Medical Officer at Trust Point Behavioral Health Hospital. Trust Point providing compassionate psychiatric care for those facing mental health challenges right here in Murfreesboro. Dr. Pierce also serves on the MTSU Athletic Student Athlete Wellness Committee, helping support the mental well-being of our student athletes. And happy to have him, his wife, and his two little girls out here this evening to throw out the first pitch.
Those little girls are blondes,
yes,
aren't they?
Yes, they are. They're pretty little girls. That first pitch caught by Tyler Minnick, who'll do the catching for the Raiders. At third base will be Clay Badalak. Matt Wolf at short. Cooper Clapp at second. Hayden Miller at first. Keaton Ray will be in left field. Eston Snyder in center. Brett Rogers in right, and on the mound will be the big left-hander, Chandler Alderman.
Chandler making his 12th start of the season. He's thrown 51 2/3 innings, given up 54 runs, 34 of them earned on 67 hits, 24 walks, 38 strikeouts. He's got a 5.92 ERA, a 3-7 record. Opponent sitting 310 against Chandler. And here's the thing. You look at the numbers, and the one number you really don't like is that 9 home runs, which is the most given up by any Raider on this year.
Yes, and he has thrown the most innings, I think, of any.
Yes, he has.
Raider pitcher.
He's been the workhorse. He's been out there and
has not missed a start.
He has not missed a start, which is you got to give it to him for that. And we also know that when he's on, he can be really, really good.
Yes, no doubt about that. He does have one complete game this year, I believe.
He does.
And 11 starts. Well, let's look at Jacksonville State. Now, this is a team that's fighting for position in the postseason tournament. They're 9-9, and right now they're not in the top 4, but they are about 6th or 7th, so they're in here trying to win enough games to get in the tournament. Gray uniforms. What is that, kind of black and gold, is it, John, or?
You mean the uniforms?
Yes, the color, the numbers, and
the numbers are definitely black. The across the front of the uniform is Gamecocks. That's in red, shadowed in black.
Pitches inside, ball 1, ducking away. Time at first pitch.
7:06.
Let's mark it down because we didn't think we were going to have a first pitch tonight. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Drew Collins. He is the left fielder, swings at this one, doesn't get it.
All right,
for
now,
strike 1.
Temperature has only dropped about 20 degrees in the last 5 hours. 62 degrees, partly cloudy, wind out of the south at 3.
Pitch is swung on, fouled out of play, and the count will go to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Drew Collins, who is a senior hitting .299 coming into this game. Has a 5-game hitting streak going. And one thing about this team, John, they like to run. So you're going to try to keep them off the bases. And one way to do that is to strike them all out. There's a fastball in for a swinging strike 3.
Well, that's the way to keep him off base. You're absolutely right.
So 1 out here in the first inning, and the batter is Caleb Johnson, the shortstop.
You need that. Throw strikes, try to keep the pitch count down.
Johnson is a junior. He's out of Phoenix City, Alabama. And a right-handed batter takes the pitch from Alderman up high for ball 1. Actually, he is a switch hitter batting right-handed. 2 switch hitters in there, starting 9 for the Gamecocks tonight. Pitch comes in low for a ball, and it's 2 balls, no strikes on Johnson. 1 out here in the first inning. Game is just underway, and in case you are wondering why we're just in the first inning, well, we had an hour delay to let all this weather get out of the way. A swing and a miss. And the count will go to 2 balls and 1 strike on Johnson. Johnson will be followed by Blauser, and if needed, Thomas. 2 balls and a strike. Showed bunt. Took the pitch outside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. This is Caleb Johnson's 3rd year with this program. Pitch is swung on and hit in the air into left center field. Moving over is Eston Snyder. He will grab it. And that is out number 2.
This must be the first time in a month that we've played at home and can say that the wind is not going to be a factor tonight.
Yeah, in fact,
There is a flag out there.
There's a flag out there, but it's just lying flat on the flagpole.
And I bet you it's wet, and it's not going to be flying a whole lot anyway.
So 2 outs in the first inning, and the pitch to Blauser's inside for ball 1. And, yes, this is Jeff Blauser's son, the former infielder for the Atlanta Braves, long-time infielder for the Braves, as a matter of fact.
You saw him play a time or two.
I did.
I think I might have as well.
Takes the pitch inside, ball 2, 2-0. Blauser hitting .276. Has a couple of home runs and a lot of stolen bases. So keep him off the base. 2-0 the count. Checked his swing, and the pitch was inside, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Alderman goes for some rosin. The tarp was taken off about 6 o'clock, so the infield is dry.
Field looks great.
It does. And ball 4 is low and inside. And there's the first base runner for the Gamecocks on a base on balls.
And this has been where Chandler's had his issues. Gets 2 strikes and can't get the inning finished.
So 2 outs, runner at first. Brady Thomas is the first baseman, left-handed hitter. He'll stand in. .295 batting average for Thomas. He's got a 5-game hitting streak going. Takes a fastball in for a strike, 0-1.
So you think with Blauser it's not a case of if but when he runs?
Exactly. Auburn, even though Alderman is a left-hander, he doesn't have a great move to first, but good enough that that runner's not going to get too big a lead, and the pitch to the plate is outside. Ball 1-1. So on that pitch, the runner was actually leaning back toward first base when Alderman released the ball, and there is a throw to first.
He wasn't very far off to begin with.
1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs in the top of the first inning.
He's not taking a very aggressive primary lead.
No score in the game. We're just underway. Alderman with the pitch. Swung on, hit foul to the left side. That's out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
I think they got over into the grass outside the ballpark.
The grass in the outfield will be rather damp, I would think.
For a while, at least.
The 1-2 pitch is up high, ball 2. 2-2.
This might be a running count. 2-1 is certainly a running count, but he might run on 2-2 as well.
Miller holding the runner at first. Not going. Ground ball up the middle. That is a base hit. The runner will turn and go to third. And the Gamecocks have them at the corners with 2 outs. So Thomas singles up the middle, more to the right field side of second base, and they'll bring up the catcher, Grayson Ash. 7 home runs for this young man.
Minnick out in front of the plate, giving the defensive signals.
So Blauser is at third. Thomas, he does have 8 stolen bases, so he's a big fella. He's 6'5".
Cupper Clapp has just moved about 3-4 steps to the left field side of second base.
Pitch is outside to Ash for ball 1. They're playing him as a dead pull hitter.
They sure are. Now, the center fielder, Eston Snyder, is playing straight up the middle, though.
1 ball, no strikes. Alderman comes set.
Maybe a step towards left field.
And the pitch is over but low, ball 2. 2-0. And you've already said it, John, but one of Chandler's main problems this year has been getting behind the hitters and having to come in with a pitch in the strike zone. There's one hit on a line, going to be taken by Clapp. That was a low line drive that he caught just to the left of second base,
and about ankle high.
Yeah, that's where John told you he was playing. He was playing exactly the right spot. So that's going to be all in the first inning for the Gamecocks. No runs. They had a hit and 2 men left on base. So we will go to the bottom of the first inning. It's Jacksonville State nothing, and the Blue Raiders coming to bat. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Van Wagner.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
The Blue Raiders are on News Radio WGNS.
And we go to the bottom of the first inning. No score in the game. For Jacksonville will set their defense for you with Ash behind the plate. They'll have Silas at third, Caleb Johnson at short, Blauser at second, Brady Thomas at first, Drew Collins in left, Williamson in center, and Majek in right field. And on the mound will be the left-hander Jackson Phipps.
Jackson Phipps making his 12th start of the season. He's got a complete game. He's thrown 51 innings, given up 24 runs, 21 of them earned on 34 hits, 34 walks, 53 strikeouts. He's got a 3.71 ERA, a 3-2 record. Opponents hitting 188 against, is that right? Yeah, I got the right line there. 188 against Phipps.
And has not given up a home run this season.
He's also been known to hit a few folks. He's hit 9 batters.
6'4", 225, a junior from Dallas, Georgia, and a transfer from the University of South Carolina where he played 3 years. I think one of those years he saw no action. So he is in his first year as a member of this Jacksonville State team.
You think maybe Coach Myers might have called some friends over in South Carolina to get a scouting report?
Most likely. There's a pitch to the backstop for ball one.
Yeah, hit the ball.
So
I told you he's hit 9 people. He's also thrown 6 wild pitches.
Eston Snyder leading off for the Raiders, followed by Clay Badalak and Tyler Minnick. There's a strike on the inside corner. Snyder, along with Clay Badalak, both honored at the Raiders' Choice Awards last night, along with pitcher Drew Horn. And as Coach mentioned on his pregame interview, several of our players got academic awards last night also. Pitch is high. Ball 2, 2-1. Snyder was honored for the play of the year.
Wow.
And Drew Horn was honored for the performance of the year, his no-hit game. The play being Snyder's save on a shoot-top catch for the final out in the game. They kind of went together.
Well, you don't have one without the other.
Pitches ball 3, 3-1. And ball 4 is high. That's a base on balls. Raiders have a base runner. And Clay Badalak, the batter coming up, was honored as the breakout player of the year.
Oh, no doubt about it.
And he's coming in with a .307 batting average. Last year saw very little action as the season went on, and then hit less than 200, I think.
Yeah, it was.
So he certainly has made an impact and picked up some hardware last night. Showed bunt, took the bat back, but it's a call strike. Nothing in one the count.
Yeah, 175 last year, and I got to tell you, there were not more than a few fans that were even surprised that were surprised he was still on the ball club this spring.
Pitches inside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
I hate to think of where we'd be without him, though.
He's played second base. He's played third
job
base.
He's done. Yeah. That is, and to be able to stick with it like he has, that shows character.
Throw over to first. Eston Snyder, a good base stealer on his own right, 19 out of 21 steal attempts for Snyder. Has a very short lead. Fake's going. That brought the catcher out of his box ready to throw, but Snyder was just fooling. He wasn't going anywhere. 2 balls, 1 strike.
I think he'd like to see another one of those airmail jobs to the screen.
And the pitch is hit. Did it hit him? I think it did.
I think it got him. It sure did.
Yeah, high and inside. He ducked out of the way and just got him on the way down. So the Raiders will have runners at first and second with nobody out.
And that's his 10th hit batter of the season. That gets the coach out.
So the pitching coach is Anthony Silkwood.
He's
and
trying
I assume that's who is out there.
Trying to do some manicuring work on that mound, but I don't think that's why he's out there. I think he's out there to tell this young man that he's overthrowing the baseball and he's going to get in trouble if he keeps doing that.
So Tyler Minnick will be the batter as the conference is broken up. Jacksonville State will play their infield in double play depth, which means the shortstop and second baseman will play 2 or 3 steps in a little closer and a little closer to second base. And the pitch to the plate is high, ball 1 to Tyler Minnick. Tyler hitting .301, 6 home runs.
He's been an important addition to this ball club.
1 ball, no strikes. This one right down the middle for a call strike. It's 1-1 to Minnick. Now, he had a home run at New Mexico. That came.
Was that in that Sunday game?
In the Sunday game. He was leadoff batter in the top of the 9th inning, and he hit one out of the ballpark. There's a swing and a ball hit foul down the right side, and that'll be out of play.
Well, it had to have been Sunday because up till Sunday, the Raiders only scored 1 run in 2 days, right? And that
correct.
Was Miller's home run on Friday night.
That is correct. 1-2 the count. And the pitch to Minnick is taken high, ball 2.
How'd you like to see the bases loaded with nobody out for Brett Van Dolen?
He's been up there in that situation before.
He has.
Swing and a ball hit foul down the right side. Again, that's going to be out of play. We've got some kind of ceremony going on over at Murphy Center tonight, but it's not a Rutherford County High School graduation. They don't start until next week. There's a swing and a miss, and Minnick is down on strikes. And that is out number 1. So 1 out, runners first and second for Brett Van Dolen. He is the DH tonight. 15 home runs to lead the team. 307 batting average for the sophomore. Pitcher turns and throws very softly back to second base, but Snyder's not going anywhere.
Well, that gets the pitch clock recycled.
Pitch to the plate is inside, ball one. Left-hander comes set, again turns, throws back to second. I checked the rule on that. You remember in Vanderbilt game,
right.
We were talking about the batters stepping out of the box all the time.
Right.
Running the pitch clock down. Coach Myers explained there's a pitch high for ball two. The batter has to be in the box, ready to hit when the pitch clock shows 8. Before that?
Well, they were milking it all the way to 8, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. Checked swing, and the pitch is low and inside, ball 3. So it's 3-0 to Von Dolan.
Pitching him carefully. I think they've looked at the numbers.
Not many secrets in baseball anymore. Even though you haven't seen a team, you've watched them on tape and through scouting services. Strike is called, 3-1. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Raiders have first and second with 1 out.
And it's not like these players are existing in some kind of a vacuum.
And again, a throw back to second base.
You know, so many of them have played on travel teams, and they're just a lot of people see them. It's almost a scouting system like they used to do with the bird dog system for the big leagues.
Phipps pitch is high, and that will load the bases with 1 out. Von Dolan draws a 4-pitch walk. So they're loaded with 1 out for Keaton Ray, the Raider left fielder.
Without the benefit of a hit at this point, 2 walks and a hit batter.
Keaton Ray hitting .256, still looking for his first home run this season. A nice spot for it.
Double or a double to the gap would be not too bad at this point.
Lefty-lefty matchup, and the pitch is a strike on the outside corner.
I'd say just about anything except the comebacker to the mound or ground ball double play.
One strike to count. Phipps with the pitch. Strike 2 call, same spot. So he's quickly out in front, 2 strikes. Keaton's dad is here tonight. He doesn't miss many games.
Ray is a .333 hitter against left-handed pitching.
Tried to get him to chase, and he almost did, but no swing. That pitch way outside. 1-2. Matt Wolf will be the next hitter for the Raiders, who have the bases loaded, 1 out in the bottom of the first inning, trying to get on the board first. High, ball 2, 2-2. Getting a transfer from Walter State. Not Walter State. Ground ball to short. That could be 2. Over to second, out there, over to first. Safe. The ball gets past the first baseman, and a run is in. And maybe 2. Ray is going to be awarded second base. That one went into the dugout, apparently.
So that'll be the fielder's choice, because they did get that fielder's choice, so no error there.
They got the out at second, short to second for the second out.
Well, there will be an error to get him to second, though, so that'll be an E4, right?
4 was he was the second baseman threw the ball. So pitch is a strike called.
So how many RBI is he going to get on that? I think he gets 1.
We did get 2 runs, didn't we, John?
We did get 2 runs.
They just have 1 on the board right now. Now they've changed it. Pitch is swung on by Wolf and fouled out of play. So fielder's choice, error on the second baseman. They would have had the double play with a good throw, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. They're going to give him 1 RBI on that. The other one does not count as an RBI.
2 strikes. Count to Matt Wolf.
Was he having a bat problem?
He's changing out.
Mm-hmm.
I saw one of those metal bats break in one of the games in New Mexico last weekend. Very seldom see that.
Boy, I'm trying to think of the last time I saw one of the metal bat break.
And it was on contact, on a swing.
I saw Blake Benefield break one in batting practice in Bowling Green. 5 or 6, 8, 10 how long ago was that?
2 strikes the count to Wolf. The runner's going to third, and pitch is fouled out of play. Well, Keaton Ray was in motion. He was trying to swipe third base. Has to go back to second now after the ball was fouled off. So the Raiders leading 2-0. We're in the bottom of the first inning. And still looking for our first hit. Pitch is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So we've had a walk, a hit batsman, another walk, an error, 2 runs. Ready for the 1-2 pitch from Phipps. It's taken high for ball 2, 2-2.
Got a note from our friend Tony Kessinger down in Florida. He says he's glad that I'm back in the booth to help you with the play-by-play of the game.
Yes, because I need all the help that I can get.
I was helping you last weekend.
Yes, you were. Long distance. Runner's going again, and no throw as the ball was down into that turf. It's all turf around home plate and down the first and third base lines until the first cut of the grass. So Keaton Ray picks up his 4th stolen base of the season. And we've got a full count on Wolf. Hits the ball in the air to right field. Right fielder's going back on the track, and it's off the wall.
Off the top of the wall.
Another run is in. Wolf's heading for third, and there will be no throw. That will be a triple for Matt Wolf off the right field wall.
Right fielder went back to the wall. At first, I think he thought it was going to get over, realized at the last minute that it was going to come up just short, misplayed it, got off the top of the wall, and bad bounce off the wall, at least a bad bounce for Jacksonville State. And now you've got Matt Wolf with the RBI at third base.
That ball, when it left the bat, did not look like it was going to go that far. But it got up in what little wind we have and sailed.
Well, that's one of those that would have been into the trees had we had that any of that wind that we were having a couple of weeks ago.
Brett Rogers takes strike 1 called. Runner at third, 2 outs and 3 runs in, and a bouncing ball to short. And speared there by Johnson. A low throw to first, but first baseman comes up with a nice pick, and that will end the inning. So that is all in the first, but a good first inning, good start for the Raiders. as they pick up 3 runs on 1 hit. There was an error and 1 man left on base. So we will go to the second inning with the score. Middle Tennessee 3, Jacksonville State nothing. You're on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Hey, Blue Raider fans, this is Tim Page with Exit Realty Bob Lamb and Associates. Are you on the fence about selling your home? Feel overwhelmed at the thought of purchasing a new home? Well, it's time to get moving. For professional, personal real estate services, give me a call today and put me to work for you. 615-896-5656, or you can reach me at exitmurfreesboro.com. Let's go Blue, and I'll see you at the game.
Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
Rutherford County's MTSU station, News Radio WGNS.
And we go to the second inning. Raiders leading by a score of 3-0. Chandler Alderman now has got some breathing room out there. The sophomore, 6'5", 205 out of Poplar Grove, Illinois. And, of course, authored a no-hitter very early in his Blue Raider career as a freshman last year, and does have 1 complete game this year. He will face Carson Horning, the designated hitter. He is a left-handed batter. Stands in with a .296 average. And Alderman with a lefty-lefty matchup. Pitch the plate, misses inside, ball 1. Well, it actually grazed him, I guess. I didn't see it hit him, but apparently the plate umpire did. Well, if it hit him, didn't hit him very hard, did it, John?
He's alive and well down there.
So the runner is at first base with no outs, and the batter is Sam Silas, the third baseman. Now he'll swing from the right side, infield double play depth. Alderman checks the runner and delivers a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Smallish crowd on a Friday night. I think the weather scared a lot of people away.
Well, who knew we were going? First of all, this was a 6 o'clock, the scheduled 6 o'clock start, and at 5:30 in a lot of places here in Murfreesboro, it was still raining. So,
strike 2 was called, so it's 0-2 now on Silas, and the pitch is a short grounder that's foul.
Yeah, picking it up
on deck circle.
Yeah.
330 down each line here at Reese Smith Field. 395 to dead center, 365 to left center, right center. Big scoreboard behind the fence just above the 365 mark in right center field. Swinging a foul back to the screen. Well, the count holds at 2 strikes to Silas. He's out of Holtville, Alabama. Second year with the program. He's a sophomore. Played on a state championship high school team in Alabama. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Just missed, ball 1.
Well, it had the plate, so just barely missed at the letters.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Left-hander comes set, checks the runner, and the pitch is...
Same place.
Yeah, just a bit, maybe a bit inside. 2-2.
After putting up a 3 spot, you definitely got to come back and put up a 0.
Ground ball in the hole, a base hit to left field, past the shortstop Wolf. Keaton Ray gets it back in quickly, and runners will be at first and second with no outs. Second hit for the Gamecocks. So you've got a hit batsman and followed by a base hit, first and second. And the batter is Ace Williamson, sophomore, out of Carrollton, Georgia. Transfer from Southern Union College. You know where that is, John. There's a bunt. Alderman will go to first. Underhand toss will get the runner, and the sacrifice will move runners to second and third with 1 out. Play goes pitch to first for the first out of the inning. Southern Union College is in Wadley, Alabama. Do you know any more than you did before?
No. No. I don't know Wadley.
Trey Majette is the right fielder. Switch hitter batting right-handed. Standing in, number 9 in the order. And the pitch is a strike, 0-1.
Well, he needs a strikeout here.
First baseman Miller playing even with the bag at first. The pitch high inside, 1-1.
Middle infielders playing back on the green, conceding the run.
Dolan a few steps back of third base, or battle like it is. And a fly ball into shallow right center. Here comes Rogers. He's got it. And the runner does not challenge. He faked coming in and went back because Rogers has a good arm, and that was a strong throw on the fly.
That's right. And the important thing is he hit the cutoff man. Now, Miller had to go up in the air to catch it, but he hit the cutoff man, and that's what you want to do. That's basic baseball there.
2 outs, runners at second and third for the leadoff hitter, Drew Collins. Struck out in the first inning. Switch hitter batting left. And the pitch is swung on, hit in the air to left field, and that one's going to be caught out there by Keaton Ray on the warning track. And again, that one went a little farther than it appeared when it left the bat.
So looked like it fooled him just a little bit.
So that is all in the second inning. No runs, a hit, 2 men left. So they leave 2 runners in scoring position. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning. Middle Tennessee 3, Jacksonville State 0. You're on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Today's game is brought to you in part by proud partners of Blue Raider Athletics, Granis & Associates, certified public accountants. They provide a full range of tax preparation, accounting, and bookkeeping services for both business and individual needs. That's Granis & Associates. Give them a call at 615-895-1040 or visit Granis & Associates online at gcpas.com.
Not feeling well and need to see a doctor? Find the care you need now at Ascension St. Thomas. We're here with 24/7 ER care, same-day care, and walk-in urgent care for broken bones, sprains, allergies, sore throats, and more. Visit ascension.org/St. Thomas Care to get the right care at the right place at the right time. Serving Middle Tennessee State University, Murfreesboro, and surrounding communities.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
We go to the bottom of the second inning. Raiders leading 3-0. We'll have the number 8 hitter, Hayden Miller, to lead off against the left-hander, Jackson Phipps. Raiders didn't knock the cover off the ball in the first inning, but got a little help from Phillips, who walked a batter and hit a batter. Actually walked two, hit a batter. And then Matt Wolf touched him for a long triple.
That was the only hit in the inning.
There was an error in the inning also, which figured into the scoring. So 3-0 the score. Here's Hayden Miller. Checked his swing and took the pitch outside for ball one.
Look at that. First base umpire gave us the call on the check swing.
1 ball, no strikes. Swinging a foul straight back, 1-1. Glad to have you along tonight. We're glad to be here.
Home sweet home.
1 ball, 1 strike. Phipps with the pitch. Swung on, hit to left field, not deep enough. Left fielder back there, Collins, will make the grab, and that is out number 1. 1 out in the second inning. Cooper Clapp set out the last 2 games in New Mexico, back in the starting lineup tonight. Left-handed hitter. Still trying to get that average up over the 200 mark after getting hit with a pitch. Was that the first game of the season?
Second game, wasn't it?
Second game. Fouls this pitch off, strike 1, and then
seems like forever and ever and ever again.
Took him a long time to get back in the lineup after that hand healed, and just now really getting his swing back. Inside, backed him away, 1-1.
Remember, we ended up having to play a doubleheader on the 14th of February, and it was the second game of that doubleheader, first day of the season.
There's a swing and a miss, strike 2, 1-2. Eston Snyder, the leadoff man, is in the on-deck circle. 1 out in the second inning. Phipps with the pitch, swung on, fouled off to the left and out of play. That holds at a ball and 2 strikes. Three-0 game. We're in the second inning. Raiders on top, and the pitch to the plate is swung on and missed, strike 3. 2 outs. Second strikeout for the pitcher Phipps. And the leadoff man, Eston Snyder, who drew a base on balls and came around to score in the first inning, will stand in. This is the 49th meeting between Middle Tennessee and Jacksonville State. Series started back in the early 70s.
When Coach Pete was around?
Before Coach Pete. There's a swing and a foul.
Of course, that was where Coach Pete went to school.
And then, of course, the series resumed when Jacksonville State moved into Conference USA last season. Here's the pitch, high for a ball, 1-1. So in the 48 previous games, the Raiders won 27 of those, and Jacksonville won 21. Raiders would like to maintain that edge or improve on it. Swinging a foul down the right side. Right fielder started over that way, but that one's far out of play, and it's 1-2. Right fielder is Trey Magette. He's a freshman. Snyder hits it that way, and the right fielder, Magette, comes over and makes the grab. And that is out number 3. So a 3-up, 3-down inning for the pitcher Phipps. Nothing across for the Raiders. We've completed 2 innings. Middle Tennessee 3, Jacksonville State nothing. You're on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Hey, Blue Raider fans, this is Brad Hopkins with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates. Winning in real estate is a lot like football. Good coaching and recruiting a great team are the keys. I put together a team of lenders, inspectors, and home professionals to help you succeed. Let me coach you through this process and make sure you come out a winner. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, I am here to help you win. Visit BradHopkinsHomes.com or call 615-556-9239 to find out more.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has taken its flavor to the next level. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test, starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
And we move to the third inning with the Raiders leading 3-0. Chandler Alderman has given up a couple of hits, has walked a batter and hit a batter, but so far has not let anybody cross home plate.
Well, he's pitched back in the first and the second. He pitched around scoring runners in scoring position, and as you said, successfully to this point.
So Caleb Johnson will lead off. The shortstop is a switch hitter, batting right-handed. I mistakenly said Collins was a switch hitter, but of course he's a straight left-handed batter. But Johnson is a switch hitter, as is the number 9 hitter Majette. Johnson flied to center field in the first inning. Hits this one solidly in the left field for a base hit. Just past third baseman Badalak and shortstop Matt Wolf. So a leadoff single for Johnson. Third hit for the Gamecocks. And with nobody out, the batter is Cooper Blauser.
One of the things you have to pay attention with Chandler Alderman, he has a tendency to get into deep counts, run his pitch count. That was pitch number 35 as we go into the third inning. So he's in pretty good shape right now.
Here's Blauser, who drew a walk in his first at-bat, takes a strike. Didn't see a strike in that first at-bat. He drew a 4-pitch walk. So our second baseman is named Cooper. His dad is in Major League Baseball, and their second baseman is named Cooper, and his dad was in Major League Baseball. There's a strike called, 0-2.
Cooper's dad actually had some at-bats in the bigs with the Cardinals. Not many. Pretty much topped out in AAA at Memphis.
Blauser's dad had a lot of at-bats in Atlanta.
Oh, he sure did.
There's a swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for out number 1. So Johnny walked him on 4 pitches in the first inning and struck him out on 3 pitches in the third.
Well, if you're going to strike him out on 3. I like that. How many walks have we seen that started out with an 0-2 count?
Too many.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Brady Thomas. Thomas had a first inning hit, single to right. Alderman throws to first. Caleb Johnson will steal a base. He's got 15 on the year out of 19 attempts. And he's got a very good lead against a left-handed pitcher. Pitch to the plate, misses outside, ball 1.
Well, as you mentioned, he's got an aggressive primary lead and even more aggressive secondary lead.
1 ball, no strikes. Runner at first, 1 out. Top of the third inning, Raiders up 3-0, and there's a throw to first. Johnson back. Brady Thomas, the batter, is out of Brandon, Mississippi, which has produced a lot of good players. The runner goes, and the throw to second is not in time. Throw was a little bit high, and he came in sliding head first.
Got in under the tag, but I don't think the tag was there in time anyway.
So that's stolen base number 16 for Johnson, and it was ball 2 to Thomas. 2 balls, no strikes.
So Alderman just needs to put his focus back on this batter.
And the pitch. Check swing, and it's a strike call, 2-1.
A little bit of a discussion there with Brandon Henson, the home plate umpire. Not much. Just checking location, I guess.
2-1, and the pitch is outside, ball 3. 3-1. Thomas went to 2 different junior colleges before settling on Jacksonville State. He's in his first year with the program. The pitch. Swung on, hit straight up in the air, and that's a foul ball. Might catch the grandstand, but I don't think so.
Got over it.
So the count will go full at 3-2.
There's a young person going to check that out. There's another one coming in from the grass out behind the third base wall.
Full count, 3-2, and the pitch is outside, and he lost him. So this is the third straight inning, John, that Gamecocks have had 2 men on base against Alderman.
And that's going to get a visit to the mound.
Yeah, because he's kind of skating on thin ice right now.
Yeah, he sure is.
He got out of those first 2 innings without any damage.
Now, they're also bringing in all the infielders.
Sooner or later, that's going to catch up if you keep putting 2 men on base.
The conversation is with Alderman, though.
Catcher Gordon or Grayson Ash will be the batter.
And I think they're also discussing how they're going to handle a play at third base. But the primary conversation appeared to be between Coach Myers and Alderman.
Coach Myers, of course, a longtime pitching coach. South Carolina when they won a national championship. So he's seen a few things.
Have you seen his World Series ring?
I have not.
It is impressive.
The pitch to the plate is a strike call. I guess he just told him to throw a strike, huh?
Let's hope so.
Get ahead of the batter.
Yeah.
1 strike to Ash. Runners first and second, 1 out. Alderman comes set. And the runner's on second is going to throw to third. I think he might have him. He's out. Did he call him safe?
He called him safe.
He came off the base.
Yes.
And Badalak put the ball on him while he was off the base.
And Coach Myers is out to talk with the home plate umpire.
Home plate umpire was looking right down the line at it, John.
Yeah.
He had a little better look than that guy at third.
And that's one that if we had the instant replays television system, we'd certainly want to see that one again because third base umpire blew that call.
Well, the runner, I thought the throw might have been there in time anyway, but the runner came off the base into foul territory.
Well, he slid into the tag.
Slid into the tag and then came off all the way off the base.
He did.
That's just a very poor call. And with no replay available, it's going to stand unless the plate umpire has power to overrule, but apparently he's not going to do so.
Nope.
So that will have to be a stolen base for Johnson. So he stole second, stole third.
Now we got first and third with one out.
And a 1-1 count on the batter.
They've got the shift on this batter with Clapp 3-4 steps to the left field side of second base.
Pitch is outside, ball 2, 2-1.
This is exactly how they had him played back in the first inning.
They hit that little low line drive to the second baseman.
Little humpback liner that
he drills this one to left, but it's right at Keaton Ray. He'll make the catch. The runner at third will tag and score, and we've got a 3-1 game. Sacrifice fly for Ash.
That should have been the third out, Dick.
So now 2 outs and a runner at first, and it's 3-1. Carson Horning, the DH, was hit by a pitch in the second inning. Pitch is inside, ball 1. There's a strike. That even sounded like a strike.
It did.
2 outs, runner at first. 1 ball, 1 strike to Horning. Strike got the outside corner. Just barely got it. 1-2. Runner goes, and the pitch is fouled out of play. Well, they're running that big first baseman.
Well, that looked like they had to hit and run, and my guess is you got to hit and run with him because he is not a burner. You could watch him running there, and he has catcher speed.
Throw to first, runner back. Even though he's a first baseman,
he's got catcher speed.
1-2 the count to the designated hitter, Horting. Pitch is swung on. That one's fouled out of play.
You know, they've got, to give you an indication, his secondary lead is not as far away from first base as some of the primary leads that we've seen from this Jacksonville State team.
Outside, 2-2. We're in the third inning. Raiders leading 3-1. Alderman comes set, throws to first. The runner standing on the base. And the pitch. Strike 3 call. Horning called out on strikes. That will end the inning. Gamecocks come up with a run on 1 hit and 1 man left on base. So we will go to the bottom of the third inning. It's Middle Tennessee 3 and Jacksonville State 1. You're on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Hey, Blue Raider fans, we know life comes at you fast, but with the right insurance, you'll always be covered. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, your local State Farm agent, Trevor Haggard, former MTSU baseball player, is here to help you protect what matters most. Give him a call at 615-203-5522 and find the right plan for you. Like a good neighbor, State Farm and Trevor Haggard are here to help. 615-203-5522.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball.
The flagship station for Middle Tennessee sports, WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna. The Blue Raiders play here.
Clay Bandalak, who was involved in that, what I would call a controversial play in the
You're being kind.
top of the inning, Blue Raider third baseman, will lead off, to be followed by Minnick and Von Dolan. Badalek hit by a pitch in the first inning and scored. Came around to score on that throwing error by the second baseman. Left-hander Phipps for the first pitch in at the knees for a strike. I think Badalak is going to hit a home run before the season's over. He drills this one into right center field, and did he? That's the right fielder.
Right fielder ran that one down.
Yeah, he did, in right center field. Clay just missed a home run in New Mexico in one of those games.
That might be a career highlight if he were to do that.
One out in the third, and the batter is Tyler Minnick, who struck out in the first inning. Pitch to Tyler is high for ball one. Minnick did hit a home run in New Mexico, as did Hayden Miller. Strike called, caught the inside corner, 1-1 to the Raider catcher. Minnick hitting .301. Tyler transfer from Georgia Tech. Swings and misses, strike two, 1-2. Three to 1 game. The Raiders leading here in the third. That ball gets away from the catcher, is inside. Rolls back toward the Jacksonville State dugout down the third base side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the left-hander Phipps with a pitch and struck him out with a high fastball. So he's gotten Minnick twice. It's 3 strikeouts for Phipps. And he is now set down 6 in a row. Here's Von Dolan, drew a walk in inning number 1. Takes a pitch outside, 1-0, and they haven't thrown anything close to the strike zone to Von Dolan.
The word is out. Throw Von Dolan away. We've seen it for the last month now.
And the pitch. Swung on, hit up the middle. Second baseman behind the bag. Throws to first. Oh, that's a nice play. That's the second baseman.
We lost it here on this end. We're ready to go, though.
One and one. Pitches the ground ball to third. Badalak with a long throw across in time for the out.
Well, a good, strong throw. Got that high hop.
Out number one in the fourth inning.
And that's the first time that Alderman has got that leadoff hitter since the first.
So one out. The batter is Ace Williamson. Left-handed hitter, laid down a sacrifice bunt in the second inning. Moved two runners into scoring position, but they ultimately did not score. Pitch to him is high for ball one. It's a big kid, isn't he?
He is.
Takes a strike. 1-1. 6'1", 180. Looks a little bigger than that.
He does.
It's just swung on and missed, and it's 1-2.
Took a little off. After watching that fastball in the low 90s, comes back with a 78-mile-an-hour slider.
Pitch is hit in the air and foul ground.
Is that going to stay
over.
fair?
Badalak is over there. Badalak will take it for out number two.
Looked like it was headed out of play, but started coming back in. Badalak in foul ground there to catch it.
Right over in front of the Jacksonville State dugout down the third base side.
Well, this kind of reminds you of the first inning. He got the first two batters pretty easily. Now he needs to get this number 9 hitter.
Pitch is outside, ball one. This is Trey Majette. Has not seen a lot of playing time.
Alderman been skating on thin ice, as you've been saying. First 3 innings. He needs a 1-2-3 inning here.
Pitch is high, ball two. Majette making only his 8th start of the season. 21st game. He's hitting .256. Swings and a little tap. That's a tough play, and Alderman throws to first. Doesn't get him. Had no chance. It's an infield hit. It was hit down the third baseline very slowly. And Alderman did a good job just to get there and get the throw to first base.
I've seen bunts that weren't that good, or certainly not that effective.
So it's an infield hit. Hit number 4 for the Gamecocks. And with 2 outs, the batter is Drew Collins, the left fielder. Pitch to the plate, low in the turf. A good stop by Minnick. 1 ball, no strikes. Raiders leading 3-1. We are in the 4th. Alderman comes set and delivers the pitch outside. Ball 2, 2-0 to the leadoff man, Collins, who has struck out and flied to left. He has a 5-game hitting streak on the line. Swinging a foul out of play down the left side. 2-1. Game time tomorrow scheduled for 3 o'clock. I think we've got some more weather stuff coming in tomorrow, don't we, John?
Let me check the latest forecast for you.
Just missed outside. That's a pretty good looking pitch. Ball 3, 3-1.
Yeah, we've got rain coming in tomorrow.
Alderman ready with the 3-1 delivery, and here it is. And it is low, ball 4. So after 2 outs, the next 2 men reach. And again, they have 2 men on base with 2 outs. Caleb Johnson, the shortstop, will stand in.
Rain's supposed to move in around midnight, Dick, and rain pretty solidly on through the morning and early afternoon.
So they'll put the tarp on tonight after this game.
And we'll kind of play it by ear.
Hope for the best. Johnson swings and misses, strike one.
Got a 100% chance of rain forecast through the 1 o'clock hour tomorrow. Starts diminishing around 2. By game time, they're talking 50%. This may be one that we come back and play at 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
Inside ball 1-1.
Or we play 2 on Sunday. I know we're excited about that prospect.
That pitch just missed. Ball 2-1. Alderman's right around home plate on most of these pitches.
But I haven't noticed yet that a feeling that he's getting squeezed. He's just missing.
Ball 3 is inside.
Yeah, he was lucky he didn't hit him.
3-1 to Johnson. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. And the left-hander's pitch is swung on, hit in the air to left. Keaton Ray back on the track.
At the wall.
Tracks it down for out number 3.
Wow.
So that is going to be all in the 4th inning. Gamecocks go down, no runs, 1 hit, 2 left. And we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Middle Tennessee 3, Jacksonville State 1. You're on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
This is Chip Walters, and I'm honored to be your 2024 MTAR Realtor of the Year. I'm with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates, and like many of you, I've seen the real estate market shift and change. People often ask, Chip, what's really going on? Well, that's a great question, and I believe in answering with solid, factual data. So let's cut through some of the noise. I invite you to reach out. Let's have a conversation about your real estate goals and the current market trends in your neighborhood. You can find all my contact information at choosechip.net. Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
The Blue Raiders are on News Radio WGNS.
Going to the bottom half of inning number 4, Raiders leading by a score of 3-1. May the 2nd, on this date in 1939, Lou Gehrig voluntarily benches himself for the good of the team. So his consecutive game streak of games played stops at 2,130. He was replaced in the lineup by Babe Dahlgren, who hit a home run and a double as the Yankees defeated the Tigers 22-2.
And Gehrig never played again.
Never. Pitch is low, ball 1.
And
Keaton Ray, the batter.
There's a myth that he took himself out of the ball game, but if he had taken himself out of the ball game, that would have not ended the streak. The streak wouldn't have ended till the next day.
Strike
but
call.
He took himself out of the starting lineup.
Strike call makes it 1-1 to Keaton Ray. And the pitch to the plate is swung on, fouled out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ray hit into a fielder's choice in the first inning, and that was what probably was going to be a double play ball.
Mm-hmm.
But the second baseman threw the ball away. There's a fly ball to center. It's going to be caught out there by Williamson for out number 1. And that play led to the Raiders' 3-run inning.
2 of those runs earned, 1 unearned.
Matt Wolf, the batter, he tripled off the right field wall in the first inning to drive in the 3rd run of that inning. And for Wolf, it was his first 3-base hit of the season. Pitch is called a ball.
It looked like it had a chance to get out of here, didn't it?
It did.
Right fielder thought it was going to get out of here until it didn't.
1 ball, no strikes. Wolf takes it high, ball 2. 2-0. Matt had a good series in New Mexico and comes in here with a 5-game hitting streak, which he has now extended to 6 games with that first inning hit. It's backed him away inside, ball 3.
There weren't many Raiders that could say that they had a good series in New Mexico. That was a tough weekend.
3 balls, no strikes. He took a strike, and it's 3-1. Matt Wolf, transfer from Vanderbilt. Said he enjoyed going back and visiting with some of his former teammates. There's ball. Did he call that a strike?
He called that a strike. That ball was low and away.
And Matt Wolf knew it, and he had started to first base, and he is recalled.
And that was not a case of trying to sell.
Now, time is called, and they called him out. Now, what is going on? Did the pitch clock run out?
It must have. And if the batter is not ready, they can call the strike. And that becomes a strikeout.
Did they start the pitch clock as he was on his way to first base?
He must have.
Because of a bad call by the umpire, he's called out. We've already had one of those in this game. We don't need another one. Coach Meyer stating his case, well, he's fairly well disgusted right now.
I think that last bit of body language kind of told that story, didn't it?
Here's Brett Rogers, 2 outs, base is empty.
So that ends up, you put that in the book as a strikeout. Wow.
And that pitch almost hit him. High and inside, ball 1.
All the way to the screen.
Rogers grounded out in the first inning on a good play by the shortstop. This is lefty-lefty, and the pitch to the plate is high, ball 2. 2-0.
Well, if I were a left-handed hitter and just seen what this guy is capable of, I think I'd be leery.
Strike call, 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Phipps with the pitch. Right up the middle, a base hit. Just past the pitcher's mound. Rogers takes a big turn around first. Goes back to the bag. And that broke a string of 3, 6, 7, 9 straight retired by the left-hander Phipps. So Brett Rogers on at first with 2 outs. That is only the Raiders' second hit of the game. Batter is Hayden Miller. applied to left field in the second inning.
Well, what that says is that we took advantage of the opportunities that were handed to us.
Pitches low, ball 1 to Miller.
Back in the first inning. You hit a batter, make a bad throw, we're going to take advantage.
1 strike to count to Miller, runner at first. Left-hander comes set. And the pitch. Swung on, ground ball in the hole. No, third baseman's got it. Low throw to first, but in time. So that is all in the fourth. No runs, a hit, and 1 left. So we have completed 4 innings. Middle Tennessee, 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors. And Jacksonville State, 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error. Raiders leading 3-1. We go to the 5th inning on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Today's game is brought to you in part by proud partners of Blue Raider Athletics, Grannis & Associates, certified public accountants. They provide a full range of tax preparation, accounting, and bookkeeping services for both business and individual needs. That's Grannis & Associates. Give them a call at 615-895-1040 or visit Grannis & Associates online at gcpas.com.
Not feeling well and need to see a doctor? Find the care you need now at Ascension St. Thomas. We're here with 24/7 ER care, same-day care, and walk-in urgent care for broken bones, sprains, allergies, sore throats, and more. Visit ascension.org/St. Thomas Care to get the right care at the right place at the right time. Serving Middle Tennessee State University, Murfreesboro, and surrounding communities.
Rutherford County's MTSU station, News Radio WGNS.
And we take this game to the 5th inning, the Raiders leading 3-1. Game 1 of a 3-game series with the Jacksonville State Gamecocks from Jacksonville, Alabama. Cooper Blauser will lead it off in the 5th. Blauser has walked and struck out. Blauser, right-handed batter. And Alderman's first pitch is swung on and missed, strike 1.
87-mile-an-hour fastball.
Alderman will top out about 90. Pitch is high, 1-1. Throws 3 basic pitches, fastball, slider, and changeup. And there's the changeup in for a strike, 1-2. Blauser leading off the 5th.
Just barely missed the corner.
2 balls, 2 strikes now. Blauser, the second baseman for the Gamecocks. And the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball left side. Charging. Badalak. Nice short hop pickup. Throw to first in time.
That's that low. You're talking about a short hop. That was a short hop.
Nice play by Badalak. That's one you'd either pick it up or you don't.
That's right. And that's an easy one to clank.
Here's Brady Thomas.
He handled that one wonderfully.
Thomas, the first baseman, big left-handed hitter. And Alderman's pitch is outside, ball 1. Thomas has singled and walked, so he's been on base both times.
So 3 of the 5 innings, Alderman has gotten the leadoff hitter.
Strike called, and it's 1-1. There's a little tap. That's foul ball down the left side. So Alderman is no small fry himself. He's 6'5". Thomas listed at 6'5".
I got to tell you, there are times when I go down on that field to do that post-game interview, I feel like I'm very short.
The pitch. Fly ball to center. Snyder's got the range on it, and he will take it for out number 2. I've got news for you, John.
What's that?
You are short. I didn't have to say that, did I?
You didn't have to say that. I'm not that short. Regular size. Some of those guys are tall.
Grayson Ash, the catcher. Let's say you've got catcher's height. How about
yes.
that?
How's that?
Is that all right?
That would describe it perfectly.
Pitch is high for ball 1. Ash has lined out and had a sacrifice fly to drive in their only run. And that was back in the 3rd inning. And there's ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes.
Well, in the first and in the 4th, Allman got the first 2 batters of the inning and then gave up runners.
Be nice to see a 1-2-3
Yes.
inning. Swinging a foul.
Boy, that bat, did you see where that bat ended?
Yeah, down the egg circle.
It ended, it actually hit the retaining wall. There's a pad, of course, along in front. But,
well, the air tonight is heavy with moisture. That may be the reason that
That
some
could
of
be.
these fly balls are being caught instead of sailing out of here. 2-1, the pitch. Ooh,
Oh.
Wow. Where was that? Alderman even looked in.
Yeah.
And now it's
3-1.
3-1. Pitch is swung on, hit to left field. Ray is back. He can only watch that one. That one is going to leave the ballpark right in front of the Lee Victory Wall of Champions. And it is now a 3-2 game. So Ash has driven in both runs with fly balls. One was caught, one was not.
That's his 8th of the year.